Today I want to show you what the Bible says about giving an apt reply, or I guess in one way, being too direct. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back to Reason for Truth. You know, truth comes first, even though sometimes it's apt and direct. Reasons come last, but we're always and constantly learning, so we stop learning, we stop teaching, or at least stop teaching well. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines an apt reply as being able to respond without delay or hesitation or indicative of such ability. The CollinsDictionary.com defines an apt reply as to the point and particularly appropriate. Now, I think in our culture today, to give an apt reply is a lot of times considered politically incorrect, but the Bible calls it pretty correct. I think we just have to make sure we do it the right way. People have called me, very directly said, Steve, you're a very direct person. And, listen, as a person who gives an apt reply, many people like it because a lot of times I give them the truth, but some people don't like it. It's the way it is. And sometimes it's cultural. I'm from the North. Yeah, listen, born in New York City, raised in the Washington, D.C. area. You're an Italian culture, born in America, American, but mom and dad are both Italian, very direct culture. So some don't like that, and they don't like an apt reply, and it seems too much for them, a little bit too direct. But the bottom line is that we are not to play with words. If we speak truth, we can speak and give an apt reply instead of some obscure encrypted sentence, which I think is wrong. I was sitting with two good buddies of mine on a camping trip some years ago, and one of the older gentlemen said to the other one, he said, well, listen, you might consider doing this for me. The older gentleman smiled, he looked at me, he says, give you a little bit difference of how the North and the South culture communicate. He was great because we're good friends. He says that wasn't a request, that was more of a command. I said, I thought I got a kick out of that, because in the North we just say, hey, get this done. If you need to get it done, and everyone understands, okay, he has to get it done. If he's got it, I'll tell you if I can or I don't want to. But if the person's above me, then you got to deal with that. But that being said, the opposite meaning for me down here is a little confusing, but I get it. Proverbs 15:23 says, a person finds joy in giving it an apt reply. And how good is a timely word? Wow, isn't that sweet? So what does it mean to make an apt reply according to this proverb, 15:23? Well, to make an apt or give an apt answer is to address a problem in someone's life, according to here in this Proverbs 15:23. Another version, by the way, of 15:23 says it this way: to make an apt answer is a joy to a man, and is a word in season, how good it is. The point is this: it should be a joy to give an answer that is helpful to another person, because you're doing it out of love. Even when it cuts to the core sometimes. My mom was very much like that, but it was always, she spoke out of love because it will make you better. People today can't handle that. We live in a very snowflakey world, period. Adults and young people alike. To be clear, it's just as important as to the how we say something, though. And this is where I think we can help bridge that gap. But the how we say something, in that, that we say something. We must say it in a way that's mindful, right? That's going to be helpful in, the how to say, that's helpful in truth. So, and then you should say things out of love, but love can be very direct and clear. My mom was like that. My mom was no snowflake. My mom would tell you directly, this is the way it is, but there was love behind it. Why? Because it takes energy. It's a lot easier not to discipline your kids. It's a lot easier not to give somebody an apt answer. Why? Because it takes energy, physical energy, emotional, and spiritual energy. So it comes out of love. Then to be clear, there are times when there is no right answer. It's not always appropriate to give an apt answer, but it's always good to give at least words of wisdom, if you have them, to help the other person. And then they can make decisions on their own. That's what wisdom literature, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Psalms, all those are not this, that, if this, then that. They're, hey, listen, generally speaking, if you do this, this is good, this is bad, and this is what's going to happen. If you don't work, you're not going to eat. Right? Doesn't mean you can't go down to the shelter and get some free food, right? So it's not a literal truth, but the bottom line is, if you don't work, then generally speaking, in wisdom, you're really not going to eat. You're not going to eat that well. On the flip side, it's a real joy to give a helpful answer to a problem, but it must be spoken in the right time and in the right way. Listen, folks, timing is critical. We must make sure that we're not criticizing the other person out of anger. That would be wrong. But being a productive and effective parent or a leader, boss at work, manager, political leader, corporate leader, mandates being able to give an apt answer and being disciplined in your speech. Using words for what? The benefit and encouragement of others, right? As well as correction when needed. So I want to close with Proverbs 24:26, which says this: an honest answer is like a kiss on the lips. People are saying, what are you doing? Listen, if you're in Russia and you're in Siberia, men greet each other with a kiss on the lips. That's just cultural. In America, that's not normal. Not in the heterosexual world, it's not. But listen, the ESV puts it this way: whoever gives the honest answer, the ESV says it this way: whoever gives an honest answer kisses the lips. Kind of the same thing there. This saying compares giving a right answer with kissing and on the lips. The right answer is a straightforward, honest response to an inquiry. And in the end, this is called giving an apt answer because such words reflect love, respect, intimacy towards the inquirer, which is like a kiss on the lips. And everybody likes a kiss on the lips, at least if it's from your husband or your wife. All right. Listen, the greatest sign of affection and respect for another person can be giving that person a hug and a kiss, but really speaking the truth. Everybody wants to know the truth. They want to know that you stand for the truth and that you give them the truth. So to answer the question as to is it right or wrong or bad or good to give an apt reply, the answer is simply a whopping yes. We are called biblically to be and respectfully to give the truth, to give an apt reply, but also to be, well-loving, to be direct with others when we need to. This is not bad, and this is not morally wrong. Why? Because the greatest sign of affection and respect to another person is to tell that person the truth, and that mandates giving an apt reply. Thank you for tuning into this episode. I'm going to ask you to really appreciate two things. Listen, subscribe to our channel. That'll really help us. It's a free way you can support us. Like and share this as well, but subscribe. And also join my community. It's free. There is an app. There is a subscriber level if you wish to join on board with that. Just go to StephenGarofalo.com. Put that in the bottom. God's blessings to you. I'm your host, Stephen Garofalo. To see you at the next episode. This is your Reason for Truth for today.